Well, this is Dax from doxxztv, and I'm going to go show a quick video about the changes for Demonology Warlocks in 7.0.3. One of the most significant changes to be in Demonology in 7.0.3 and forward is that we are no longer masters of demon form. However, we are masters of demons. We have lost the ability to turn into a demon because demon hunters. But at any rate, I was never a big fan of Demonology in that form, whereas Demonology now is where I would like to see Warlocks progress. We have a plethora of demons that we summon, including the Felguard, the Doomguard, the Dreadstalkers, the Imps from your Hand of Gul'dan. Controlling these demons and popping your cooldowns to take care of them is the essential play of playing a Demonology Warlock. Taking a quick look at the talents, your first tier includes Shadowy Inspiration, Shadow Flame, Demonic Calling. The one I had chose is Shadowy Inspiration. Every demonic empowerment also causes your next Shadow Bolt to be instant. I selected this one because we use demonic empowerment all the time. Every time a new imp or a new demon or a new Felguard comes out, we pop demonic just so that we can get them empowered and keep the haste buff up them for longer. It's their own little mini bloodlust. Shadow Flame, more of a PvP, not really that good, and Demonic Calling seems pretty good when you call your Dreadstalkers, but right now we're not really using Dreadstalkers too much, so we'll see in the expansion, but probably we'll stick with these Shadow Inspirations for that free instant DPS of the free cast. The next set I have Impending Doom, Empowered Dreadstalkers, and Implosion. I normally would choose the improved Dreadstalkers because 2 imps come out when you cast your Dreadstalkers. But right now, I have Doom also summons 1 wild imp when it deals damage. Right now, we are using the Fragment of the Dark Star. Each Hand of Gul'dan has a 54% chance to summon 3 imps. And my 4-piece, when your wild imps cast Firebolt, you have 2% chance to summon a demon from the void to assist you in battle. Essentially, with those 2 items, your 4-piece and your trinket, it makes casting the Dreadstalkers a DPS loss. So really, the rotation really turns into Demon Bolt, Hand of Gul'dan, and Demonic Empowerment. We'll get into it later when we go through the rotations, but that's why I've chosen this one to go with it. Next set is Demon Skin, same reasons as the Infliction video, just the only one that makes sense, and it heals you, so duh. Next set, Hand of Gul'dan, also applies Doom. Very important. Power Trip, Demonic Empowerment has 50% chance to generate 1 Soul Shard when used in combat. That's pretty huge, and especially since you're trying to get the most Soul Shards as you can. And Soul Harvest, which still is not very viable. It wasn't viable for Affliction, it's not very viable now. This one's the one that I've had more of the toss-up between. Everybody's saying that Power Trip's the best one. However, I never really have any problems with Soul Shards in Demonology form, since we get them every time we cast Demon Bolt. So this one will be something to play with, and it also increases your Doom uptime because it's all the time that you're casting your Hand of Gul'dan just to keep everything up. So this one might be a possibility to go with, and probably later testing to find out if that's true. But right now everybody's saying the Power Trip is the way to go. On the next set, I have the Demonic Circle, the Burning Rush, Dark Pact, same reasons in my Affliction video. Dark Pact's the best one. You avoid all kinds of damage by sacrificing your pet's damage for 100%. Perfect. That's all we need. The next set is Grimoire of Supremacy, Grimoire of Service, and Grimoire of Synergy. This set's a little different because in the Affliction and Destro you have Grimoire of Sacrifice instead of Synergy. And the other 2 are basically the same. Summon Doom Guards to be your pet, but really, why need a Doom Guard when you got this guy? So I go with the Service. So we have 2 Fell Demons going at the same time, both getting your Demonic Empowerment and causing extremely more damage. The last set is your Summon Demon Gaze, your Demon Bolt, and your Soul Conduit. The best choice right now for single target mode is your Demon Bolt. It just replaces your Shadow Bolt dealing a little bit more damage, but also what it does is damage is increased by 20% for each demon you have active. So when you're summoning your imps everywhere, your demon bolt is getting a crap ton extra damage. Dark Glare is really good when you have an AoE fight, but right now Demon Bolt is taking the cake because that 20% increased damage is phenomenal. Currently, right now, the stat progression is Intellect, obviously, and it's followed by Haste, Mastery, which equals Crit, and then Versatility following at the end. Right now in 7.0.3, the bonuses for crit and mastery about equal the same. But when you get better gear and your stats start to rise, the closer you get to 20% crit, the more mastery starts taking over as the most important stat. Once you get 20% crit, no more crit, nothing after that. Diminishing returns ruin that, and then you should flood everything into mastery and haste. Taking a quick look at our rotation or priority list, we want to make sure that we keep Doom up at all times. You cast your Dark Glare on cooldown if you have Talented. Immediately buff your Dark Glare with Demonic Empowerment. You want to cast your Dreadstalkers on cooldown. Immediately buff them with Demonic Empowerment. You cast your Summon Doom Guard on cooldown. Immediately buff your Doom Guard with Demonic Empowerment. And make sure that it is empowered the entire time that it is up. You can cast Hand of Gul'dan at 4+ shards. Immediately buff him, or your imps rather, with Demonic Empowerment. Cast your Service Felguard with Empowerment. If you've noticed, every time that you cast a demon, it is suggested to drop a Demonic Empowerment just so that we can keep everybody with the maximum uptime of DPS. If you talented into Soul Harvest, you can keep that up on cooldown. You can keep the Command Demon Fellstorm on cooldown. Life tap if you move, but you can also life tap if you need the mana. Or Demon Wrath with 5+ targets around the demons, or while moving if you're above 60% mana. You can cast Shadow Bolt to generate Soul Shards, or Demon Bolt if talented. The idea with the 18 4-piece and the Fragment of the Darkstar rotation is that we do not need to cast the Dreadstalkers because that'll be a wasted Soul Shard. Instead, you want to summon as many Wild Imps as possible by shooting down 1 to 2 Soul Shards of Hand of Gul'dan. The idea is you obtain extra imps just from the Dark Star, and you can proc a lot more Hand of Gul'dans that way. It's no longer efficient to wait till 4 shards. The more imps you have, the more damage you do with your Demon Bolt, and the more chance that you have pets to be summoned on your tier 4 bonus. It's got a huge high single target damage that way. Do, 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 do.